Good morning, everybody. OrangeJ here with another War of the Visions video, and it's time for part 2 of the Final Fantasy XIII unit preview video series. And this time we're going to preview the main character of Final Fantasy XIII, Lightning herself. Now, just like we did with Snow, we're going to start off with the Vision card, we're going to move to the unit, and then we're going to move to the new pieces of gear, which for Lightning, you have 2 new swords coming into the game just for her, and they really are, honestly, just for her, but we'll check them out. Let's start with the Vision card, though. Odin's Chosen, a 70 cost Vision card, Lightning unit card. It's going to give area attack resist up, lightning attack up, and critical evasion rate up to your lightning units. This is a big deal. A lightning specific card with AoE resist, lightning attack, and critical evasion. That's super useful for like any unit who equips it. Love that group buff on the card. For the lightning units using it, you'll get accuracy and attack up, so really good on any of your damage dealing, physical damage dealer lightning units. And then lightning gets a global buff. She's going to get critical damage up and critical hit rate up just for her on the card, which is going to further increase her damage, which is already going to be really hard to deal with for anybody who's fighting her because she's a hybrid damage dealing unit. She's going to have a ton of defense penetration, which you'll see here in a second, and she has 2 different types of damage just built all in throughout her kit, making her a pretty hard girl to tank. Now, let's do a little stat comparison here, and once again, we're going to compare her to her Lightning Final Fantasy Tactics counterpart in Orlandeau. Both of these units are meant to be hardcore carries for your groups, and here's how their stats line up. Lightning coming in with only 3608 HP. That does seem a little bit low, especially compared to Orlandeau's 4531, but when we look at Lightning's kit, you'll see where her survivability comes from through the way she can buff herself. Her 584 attack is really high, that's looking great. Agility at 64, a little lower than Orlandeau's, who's coming in at 66. Both have decent dex and luck, move 3, jump 1. Lightning is not bringing any defense or spirit to the fight, where Orlandeau is bringing 7. And then if we look at resist, you'll see both of them are going to be weak to earth but good against water. Lightning only weak to strike damage and particularly good against magic type damage. Orlandeau very good against slashing damage but weak to pierce and weak to magic. So that's kind of how their stats line up, and overall you might be thinking to yourself, hold on, her stats didn't blow me away. Is she really the main character in a mainline Final Fantasy collaboration? Hey, hold up. If her stats didn't blow you away, wait till you see her kit. That's where the blowing away is going to take place. Let's, however, start with her TMR, which just like Snow's, I think is very good. This one is an accessory, it has attack on it, which is kind of nice, crit rate and crit avoid, but what I really like is this buff. It's an AoE buff with a decent range on it that is a huge attack and lightning attack steroid. This has implications for both high-end PvE, especially raids where you're running a mono lightning team, and it's a nice like early turn buff for a mono lightning PvP team as well. So overall, I think this TMR is very good. It's something that would be worth investing your pots into if you're running mono lightning very much, and her name is Lightning. So, you know, she's a lightning element unit Lightning that's going to make talking about the lightning element very difficult for me for, I'm sure, years to come. Now, let's look at her skills. Okay, I'm sorry, wait, I forgot to look at her master ability. It's not that great. She has the HP and lightning attack buff, then lightning attack up 5. It's a little weak. Lightning attack up 5 is a little bit weak. AP consumption down 15 though, that is kind of nice, and she has a little bit of AP restore built into her kit as well, so there is some synergy there. Overall, once again, just like Snow, I'm kind of sitting here like waiting for that master ability too on a unit that's literally just coming out, but that might just be the world we live in for a while with the game. Okay. Skills. I think you're always going to want to run Brand of Lucy right here, which is 12% agility and 40 defense penetration. Building defense penetration on Lightning is going to be crucial to her success because she has 2 different damage types to try and get around that type of mitigation, but you're always going to need to penetrate defense. So I think you run this one all the time. After that, you have a range +1 increase for all of her range moves. You can go HP and attack up. You can lean into missile attack up and luck if you want to do that. that, or you can lean into missile resist if you're specifically fighting anti-missile teams with her. For her counter moves, not the best right here. I do like this one. It's a 30% chance for a ranged attack counter with range of what, 3? It does 121% damage and restores 20 AP for herself. So here's where a little bit of that AP restore is built into her kit. It's built in later as well. She does have an accuracy debuff and the Berserk one from friggin' the axe job that Yerma is, that I can't remember the name of. Let's just go look at it. Hold on. The Viking job. Of course, Viking, duh, we all knew that. Anyway, don't run the Berserk one. You might just be trolling yourself. I think you probably run counter Aspire right here more than anything else. Okay, now, main job. Let's check this out. Here's where you're going to start to see a lot of her PvP focus come through, and you're going to see how she could be useful in PvE as well. Her cheap move, Spark Blow, is a slash resistance debuff. Again, slash resistance debuff, very important for high-end PvE slashing chaining teams. So she has that built into her kit. That's nice. Then we see Pursuit Preparation. This is an amazing TP skill right here. This skill is just broken. Reduce damage taken 50% 3 turns for herself. So she gives herself a 50% damage reduction shield for 3 times. Okay, step 1, that's good. Then for 3 turns, she's going to get 25 slash resist, 25 missile resist, and when casting another attack, she will launch a follow-up attack, which we can scroll down to right here, is Pursuit. It's only a 50% modifier, but it scales off of 120% of her attack and has range 200 billion. So, if she hits anybody with anything after casting this buff, it'll do the damage, then she will attack them again. Think of something like Noctis when he puts his self buff on and his Conjure Armiger comes out and hits somebody again. She has that in her kit as well, except her scales with attack, which is the stat you just want with her anyway. This buff is core to her. You're just going to want to cast this every fight. It's that good. Now, let's get into her mixed damage types a little bit. She has Enduspire here, or Enduspire 2. This is a defense penetration for 3 turns buff for herself. So she's going to use this a lot because it's going to give her 40 more defense pin, putting her at 80 with just this skill and her support ability. So that's really good. You're at 80 defense pin right there. 200% damage modifier, hits in a barrage level AoE, which is really nice. And if you kill somebody with it, you will recover AP. Another little bit of AP recovery that's built into her kit to maybe allow you to put bells onto somebody else. So I do like that. She has another very good TP skill here. This is an AoE buff, agility buff for your group, accuracy buff for your group, and again, AP restore for herself. So just this move will give you 12 AP from the TP cost and another 10, so 22 AP given to you when buffing your group with Rush Assault is very potent. You're going to try to want to work her in where she can cast this buff on herself and then this buff for her group for a fully functional, get the most out of your lightning girl for PvP, excuse me. She has a barrier breaking slash move as another one of her slashing damage type moves. Then she does have a medium range 4. That's almost long range for a slashing type move. A 200% modifier slashing move that can inflict slow, which don't sleep on that. That move could be a big deal, especially again in PvE where you can slow bosses. Here's a lightning unit that can do that for you, or for PvP, slow is pretty devastating. She has a disable move. This one only a 25% chance to inflict the disable as compared to the 50% chance for break burst, but still, that does exist. And then she has another missile attack in her Night of Flash subjob that hits at a small AoE and debuffs attack and magic for the target. Not bad. You could run her in Sniper for a different type of defense penetration buff. If you really want to lean in to the different missile type moves in Sniper, you do have that option. Or you can go Viking route for some more slash typing moves, like the Human Killer one right here. This might be one of her harder hitting moves with that 25 Human Killer on it for PvP. Now, her limit break, a slash attack resistance penetration 40 increase for herself, not debuff for the enemy, otherwise it would just be insane for PvE. 200% damage modifier, but it does come with a lightning resist debuff, which again, good for PvE. It's also a 3-hit chainer. So you can see, there's a lot of things that lightning can do here for both PvP and PvE. She definitely deserves that like main character of a collaboration status, in my opinion, from looking at her kit. Definitely somebody who, if you pull her and start putting her into your teams, you're not going to regret that. She's going to do a ton of work for you. Now, we're not quite done with her yet. She comes with 2 different swords that you can farm. This one, Blaze Edge, this is going to be her normal sword. This is the one you will build out of recipes. It's super, super good for her. The Assault type has 156 damage, which is, you know, middle of the road, or you could go with an 18 accuracy, but only 109 attack. I'm probably leaning towards the Assault type one. Let's look at the passives, though. Missile attack and slash attack 15, very good, and 15 accuracy. Note she did not have any 100% hit moves in her kit, so if you want her hitting evasion teams, she does have ways with buffs like her group buff and this sword of juicing up her accuracy a little bit, which will be nice. Crucially, this also comes with 30 lightning attack and a 30% chance the counter doesn't activate for the enemy. Oh my gosh, this is a really, really great PvP sword. And guess what? She also has a really great PvE sword if you're fighting machines or undead. This one will drop from the EX quest, and it will drop as a +5. So you can see the crafting page for it. All you got to do is level it up with some books, black sand, and lightning crystal. It will drop already at +5. Then Machine Killer 30, Undead Killer 30 on a sword, only for her though. Only for her. So you really only need 1 of these. Don't try and like farm a bunch if that's even an option. Then it has lightning attack 30, and again the 30% chance counter doesn't activate for self. And as I'm starting to run out of breath, there we go. That is the Lightning unit preview. I definitely think this Vision card is going to be very powerful if you're a Lightning player. And then if you're a Lightning the unit player, I don't think she's going to disappoint. If you've been looking forward to this collab and saving up your Viz, this will be another winner of a unit to pair along with your Orlandus, your Charlottes, your Esthers, and Abaras of the world. And just go out there, have some fun, kill some people. Let's see Lightning work its way back into the meta again, so I can start using my Queen Macherie a little bit more. She's hurting for targets. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you're enjoying this preview series. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.